Hello, folks. Dave here. A little late today, and why that is I just went upstairs and just grabbed a quick drink, and I uh, I checked uh, the camera, and Leon is back. We haven't seen Leon in a week, and Leon is back. So that's why I was late. I was calling the wife over to have her check the camera with me. It says Leon is back. And for those of you who don't know, Leon is one of the possums that runs around in our backyard. And he's got one eye. Poor possum's one eye. We have two other possums that have shown up. They have two eyes. And we had a raccoon out there tonight, and all kinds of critters running around, squirrels, rabbits, you name it. But Leon was out there tonight. We haven't seen Leon in a week. We didn't know if he moved on or passed on or what it was, but the one-eyed possum was out there. So Leon is back, and we're pretty happy about that. So that's why I was late. I was checking the camera before I come down here. So anyway, all right. So what I want to do tonight is I want to just kind of get the new scoreboard out here. Alrighty, and yes, that picture was just something I threw together just to show the logos and whatever. So let me show you what we're gonna do here tonight. And there we go. So that's what we got. We got the scoreboard here, and we're gonna play a little bit of APBA, and we'll see how it goes. I'm slowly. I thought this was way too big, and I was like, I don't know about this in a whole bit, but I am kind of enjoying this a little bit more now. The big scoreboard, and it gives me, it takes away a lot of desktop space, but it gives me a place to roll the dice here, and I can put my logos up in a whole bit. So just kind of, yeah, let me know what you think here with this new scoreboard. This is a Victor Wenzel Dave special. I said, now, can you design this? And he said, yes, I can. So he just designed it, and I sent him the Venmo, and he sent this off to me. And so here we go. So we're just going to play something real easy here tonight. This is a 1980 game between Chicago and Montreal, June 3rd, 1980. And yeah, we got some Maca madness on the table here tonight. We do have a chat room going on here. So yeah, that was just something I threw on there, PJ. That was just, I was just throwing in logos earlier today just so you could take a look at that. So yeah, I'm here now. A little bit late. Yep, I caught her. There I was. Yeah, I was checking on Leon, and Leon is back, so we're all happy about that. And David comes by from Montana, and Mr. Blaine. Mr. Blaine, Barbara says the scoreboard looks good. Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. The blue actually looks good, too. I put the blue in there, the blue team names. As Triple G comes by, and we're just gonna kind of play and have some fun today. This is just kind of a one-off here. Yeah, we got Maka here on the table again tonight. All right, so that's all this one is. This is just a little fun here tonight with the scoreboard, trying it out with my logos. I couldn't fit this guy in. I didn't cut him properly, so he's kind of hanging out a little bit, but you get the idea. I did want to be able to put my logos in. I'm thinking now, the more I think about it, I could probably have him take this off and just leave this, just so I could slide the logo in that way. And so if I took off that, I could slide it in. I wouldn't have to worry about going over the top. So yeah, now that I got the first one kind of done here, make it just a tiny bit smaller, make these smaller, and get rid of the outside so I can slide the logo in. I think would be pretty good. All right, so let's get going here. So this is the 1980 game between Chicago and Montreal. And as you can see here, here's my lineups. Randall, DeJesus, Bittner, Kingman, Vale, Martin, Ontiveros, Blackwell, and Rick Ruschel will be our pitcher. And for the other guys here, LaFleur, Scott, Dawson, Carter, Cromartie, Office, Maca Madness, Maca Mania, Spear, and Grimsley, Ross Grimsley. In fact, I had to borrow Grimsley from Cleveland. Yeah, he was on Cleveland, so I had to borrow him from Cleveland. But at least, that's the good thing about APBA is a lot of times they do have the pitchers, especially the old season. They do have everybody, the pitchers and the players. So you just got to borrow them from other teams. Payoff pitch, you get them all on the same team. Great thing about payoff pitch. But with APBA, you got to do it that way. Some other games don't have everybody. Season ticket baseball has everybody too, I think. Yeah, I'll have to do them next. I think I have 1980. I think I have 1980. All right, so we are in the first inning. And this is some baseball. Here's some APBA basic baseball. Again, I'm just playing this here tonight, testing out the scoreboard. more than anything else. So it's probably not going to be, I don't want to say I'm not going to make mistakes or I am going to make mistakes, but if I do, this is not an APBA tutorial. All right, let's just play and have some fun. All right, so Grimsley is a D pitcher. Oh, it's Grim. It's Grim because he's a D pitcher. And Lenny Randall will lead off here. They call him Lenny. So we have a 51. That'll be a 9. And that'll be a single because he likes to mingle. All right, so Lenny Randall is on with a single. And he's a fast runner. Down. Yeah, no, this only goes to 9. So that's all we can play. After that, I got to stop, right? Because it only goes to 9. Yeah, no, you're not making any coffee. You're not doing anything like that. No, it's going to be 9 innings tonight. 9. 9. All right, let me change my thing here. So it's going to be De Jesus with Randall on first. And De Jesus, a 44 is going to be an 8. And that's going to be a single into left field. And the fast runner will get to third base. So, And hang on one second here. So Randall to third and De Jesus to first with a single, and it's first and third. And no, I can't go. I can't go any more than that. Hang on a second. The wife wants that the video of Leon. Let me see. It's on the iPad. I can't get it there. It's on the iPad. Yeah, no, I have pen and paper, but I'm still not going more than that. All right, so we have first and third. So Grimsley getting lit up here by the Cubbies, and it's going to be Larry Bittner. We have first and third, so I need to get the first and third here. And we got a 24. Ooh, it's a 13. Struck him out. That was a bad ball. Bad, very bad. And it's going to be a strikeout. We have 1 away. I suppose I could have put a smaller dial for outs, but that would have been too many dials. All right, Dave Kingman. It's a 25. Oh, that's an 8, and that'll be hit into right field. A slow runner out at third. No, De Jesus is not a slow runner, so he's going to single because he likes to mingle. Dave Kingman into right field. That'll score a run. And De Jesus to third. And so let me see here. There we go. It is 1-0. What do you think? What do you think about that? Huh? Not too bad. And I went with the old school yellow numbers. I wanted to go yellow for like an old school scoreboard. That's what I told him to do. So here we are. And it is Vale coming up now. Vale is the right fielder. And he's a slow runner. So we have first and third, 1 in, just the 1 out. And we have a 12, and that'll be a 25. And where am I looking from here? 25. So they are 38. So everyone's going to be fielding 2. So a 25, and it's going to be a double play. Run scores unless the third out is made, and that's going to be a double play. So Vale hits it down to third. That'll be a double play, and that will end the inning, and the run will not count. But they do get the 1, right? They do get the 1. And the score after a half inning of play, it is the Cubs 1 and Montreal coming to bat. That's what we got going on here. Okay. And now let's go back over here. All right, Grimsley, he kind of gets out of the jam. Yeah, he had 2 or 3 singles, first and third a couple times. He did allow 1, but that's not too bad actually. All right, so we have Ron LaFleur against Ruschel, who's a B, by the way. Ooh, a 44, 8B. Oh, right in the center field though. That's where that B comes into play. And there's 1 away. Well hit, Yeah, if you have a lot of time to play, it's only 9 innings. If you got a short amount of time, it goes to extra triple G. Yeah, you are correct. Sometimes I just like to, bang on a quick game, and it's like next thing you know, it's like, nope, no quick game here tonight. Sorry, folks. Yeah, if it wasn't for the Patriots losing that game to the Raiders and the Steelers, they lost stupid games early in the season, but they are their second seed, so good for them. And Donut comes by. Thanks, Donut. Uh, you like the new scoreboard? Yeah, you like the hat? I got the Marka Madness hat, and I got the new scoreboard going on here tonight. When I first got it, I says, "That's way too big. I'm never going to use it." And then I tried it. It's like, no, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It'll work for certain things. The other ones, I can see how big it is if I bring out my 3D gaming one, which is my main screen. See the difference? You see the difference between these two things? Um, so this will be my main one, but you know, once in a while, this is going to come in handy for a lot of things. I think it is. And Steelers Ravens. So is the winner of that Steelers and Ravens game that they go to the playoffs, right? Oh, maybe I'll have to watch that. Is that like an 8 o'clock game? Maybe I'll watch that. All right, so we have one away for Rodney Scott, and we have a 31. Ooh, it's going to be a 14 with a star, and a 14 is going to be ball 4, and I think that means he steals, right? I think he steals on that. So Scott with a walk and an automatic steal. I think that's how APBA does it. Steelers Ravens winner hosts Houston. Okay. And yeah, it's a big difference in the scoreboards here. And yes, he steals. Thank you, Some Roads. All righty. So we have Andre the Dawson, the Hawk, that come up here, and the rest of the AC. So it's Broncos, Pats. So it's already set. So Chargers at the Pats, and the Bills at the Jags, and then the winner of the Steelers Ravens plays Houston. Okay. That's weird that the Pats would get the Chargers, right? The Chargers are the low seed out of all that. Oh, because who's the low seed? The Pats should get the low seed, right? I would think that the Patriots would get Houston, right? I don't know. Well, I mean, it is what it is at this point. As Mike comes by and Gus says he can handle the snow. Well, how much snow can you handle, Gus? All right, so the Expos got something going on. They got a man on second, actually. So let me get my chat here. Man on second, and Dawson comes up. Andre Dawson. Oh, a 22, and that's going to be a 0. Woo-hoo-hoo. And another 22, and that is gone. That is a home run. The Hawk gets a hold of this one, and a home run back-to-back 22s. And here we go. Oh, wrong way. I feel like it's a time machine here, right? And that's going to be 2-1 here for Montreal. Kind of like the scoreboard. I do. I kind of like it. Oh, the Chargers are the low seed at 11-5. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, the Hawk Chalk Expo Talk. Is that what that was called? All right. Well, the bases are clear, so I can go back to bases empty here. And a 2-run dinger by Dawson. There's only one away here in the first. And a 15 for Carter. That's going to be an 8, and that's going to be hit into center field. I'm getting good at that one there. 8 Bs are out. So we have 2 away. Is that center fielder out there, Jerry Martin, and his telethon doing a terrific job out there. And now we have Cromartie. Cromartie, 64. 40. Oh, that's an odd one. Chopper to third base. The throw is low, and the runner is safe. So Ontiveros will get the error here. So we're going to go E5, and Ontiveros will take the error. So that's going to put a man on first base here. Safe at first base on the low throw. Yeah, nice effort by Larry Bittner to scoop that out of the dirt, but not a thing happening there. And Scott says he likes Dawson on the Cubs, huh? He played for a couple different teams, I thought. My favorite Martin. Yeah, it could be my favorite Martin out there in center field, if you're Rick Berman. All right, 2 outs, 1 on base. 2-1 here. 46 is a 29. And I think that's going to be an out. Why strikeout? Yeah, why strikeout? All right, strike him out. Oh, they'll pick up 2, right? They'll pick up 2. And we go to the second. Here we go. And we go to the second. And it's 2-1 Montreal. All righty. Yeah, this actually works with the cards on each side, right? For a payoff pitch, I don't know what I would do. I'd have to figure out a way to put the ballpark in here somewhere. But so far, this setup works for APBA. Oh, yeah, I imagine Olympic Stadium ruined a lot of these. Who was I talking to about? Was it Juckett that was talking to me about a lot of the people that got cancer that played in the artificial turf fields because the heat baked the plastic and the plastic went up in the air and they were breathing it in? I think he was the one that told me that, I think. All righty, so we are going to the second inning now. It is 2-1. We've had some excitement already. Now, this is one of those games that all the excitement happens early, and then you don't get nothing the rest of the day, you know? All right, so a 12 here for Martin, 25, and that's going to be down to second base, and he will ground out. And so we have a G4, and there's one away. On to Voros coming up here. Oh, veteran stating what that was? Yeah, somebody mentioned, I think it was Juckett was talking to me about that. A 21, 13, 13. Strike him out. 2 away. Now we have the Timster, Tim Blackwell, with 2 away. And a 34, 31, and he's going to tower that one into center field. So it's a 1-2-3 inning here for the Crazy Eyes Grimsley. And so we'll go to the bottom of the second inning, and it is 2-1 Montreal. And Gus says he did get to run the bases at Olympic Stadium. And he says when you're on second base looking around, just such a build. Yeah, I would imagine that being out on anything like that. I rode the Zamboni at the Boston Garden one night, and just being on that, like driving right down the middle and looking around, all those eyes on you, it was something else. I got to tell you, it was. You felt like you were famous out there with all those eyes looking at you, people waving at you and cheering for you. It was just riding the Zamboni. It was something else. It was like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. All right, so it's Maka time. Maka Mania. Maka Madness. Here we go. Maka Mania. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. And a 62, and he struck him out. Oh, Maka takes a big cut trying to impress the crowd here. The Maka fans here in attendance. And it's 1 away. And oh, nice. Some Rose rode the Zamboni to the Lehigh Phantoms game. And they were saying that in Veterans Stadium, Tug McGraw and another player that I don't remember. I'll have to check that out, And PJ was playing games in high school at the Nassau Coliseum. That was cool. I never played any place big. I did some broadcasting from the Boston Garden, but I never skated anywhere big. All right. So we are Chris Spear now. They call him the Spy. Is it Spire? It might be Spire, actually. 39. 39 is strike one. Okay, interesting. Strike one. 62. 32. And it's going to be into center field, but the right fielder will come over and take this one. So we have 2 away. And that's going to bring up the pitcher of all people. That'll bring up Grimsley. And this is when the National League was still hitting. And a 16 is going to be a 28. That's a different number. And it's going to be down the shortstop on the G6, and that will retire the side. So no runs here in the second. So Grimsley will just stay out here, and he will continue to pitch. Ruscia will take a sit down until it's his turn to bat, which is right now, actually. And we'll go to the third. What do you think about that, huh? Nice and easy. And Don comes by. He played Detroit Public School City Championship at Tiger Stadium. That is so cool. Nice. And Barbara was what we used to call it. I forget what they called it back in there. It wasn't called snowboarding, but it was like shoeboarding when you grabbed the back of the bumper and just went down the street in the snow. That was this wicked 70s, 80s things to do when the streets weren't plowed that good. And everybody was going slow, so you didn't have to worry about getting killed. It was highly illegal and people hated it when you did it to them, but I had people that did that. Remember one guy's like, he lived down the street. He's like, all right, I'm going home. And he went behind the car, just grabbed under the bumper, and he's just waving to us while he's hanging on, getting pulled down the street. And yeah, good times. Good times. All right, Rick Ruschel's coming up here in the third. All righty. And yeah, you missed the chat last night. We had a good time. Well, at least a lot of us had a good time. Some people didn't like what we talked about, but I think a lot of us had a good time. All right, so let's see what Ruschel can do. A 26 is going to be a 27, and that's going to be, do I have an X? No, we don't have an X. It's going to be down to third base. Nice hit, but it's going to be hit down to third base, and it's going to be taken by, guess who? Maka makes the play. One away here in the third. All right, Lenny Randall, not Leon. Lenny Randall comes up as the Rogue comes by. Thanks for coming by. And P. Jet says, we call this skitching. Riding on the back of the car on a snowy road. I forget what we called it. I don't remember what it was. I don't call it snow surf. I don't remember. I never did it. I was like, no way. It's Ruschel? I thought it was Ruschel. I thought it was Ruschel there, Ben. No, it's Ruschel? Can I say Ruschel and make it sound like Russell? Ruschel? I thought it was Ruschel. That's what I called him. I never heard it really, So Maka makes up for the strikeout, and so Randall will come out. And Randall with a 53. What's a 20? Getting some odd numbers here. And it's going to be down to second base. Can't come up with it. And safe at first on the error. So hit down to second base. That's our second error of the day. And Rodney Scott looking at his glove like there's something wrong with it here. And so now we have a man on first. We have one away, and it's De Jesus. I was too chicken. That's what I was. It was mostly the kids that were older than me that were doing it. Like nobody my age really did. I forget how old I was, like 12 or something like that. And all the 15-year-olds were doing it. And it's like, my luck, I would do it and they would stop short and I'd hit my face and, knock myself out in the middle. And then the snow would cover me and the plow would come by, And so, look at this. De Jesus. Oh, he's got a 0. Oh, man. De Jesus is going to send this for a ride with a man on first base. Let's see what he's going to do here. Oh, no, a 44-2, and that'll be into center field off the wall. De Jesus going around the bases. Randall will score, and De Jesus will have to stop at third with a stand-up triple. Woo, boy. So we are tied now. Hang on a sec, right? That's a run. So there we go. It is 2-2. How about that on a triple by De Jesus? At least we're getting to use the scoreboard here, right? Instead of like having a 0-0 game, All right, Bittner struck out. He's got a man on third with just one away. So that error costing the Expos a run. We got a 34. 31. It's going to be hit in the center field. And a slow runner is out at the plate. No, De Jesus is fast. So that'll be hit the center field, and the run will come home. So Bittner hits that deep enough, and the run will come home, and it's now 3-2 for the Cubby Wubby Dubbies. There we go, 3-2. So Bittner with a sacrifice. So we're back to bases empty here. And it's going to be Kong Kingman coming up. The King Kongman. He singled back in the first inning. So we have 2 away. 2 runs in. Here we go. And I got a 63 here, and that's going to be a 30, and that's going to be hit into the outfield. And that'll be a center fielder coming in to make that catch, Andre Dawson, and that'll do it. But 2 more runs come in. It is 3-2 for the Cubs. Dun, dun, dun. Now, Rick Ruschel, right? We're going to call him Rush, like Geddy Lee. I always called him Ruschel. Then again, I never heard his name pronounced correctly, so I was taking a guess. All righty. Maybe that could be a new game somebody could invent. The skitching, right? Grab onto the back of a car and try to see how long you can hang on and stitch and go for distance. You never know. All right, bottom of the third. And leadoff hitter LaFleur comes up. LaFleur. And a 61. It's going to be a 40. And a 40 is going to be taken for strike 1. Okay. Oh, no, fouled out of play. Fouled out of play, strike one. Let me just make sure there's nothing on here. No W. Ooh, a 33. LaFlores gets a 0. He hits this one. He hits Russell. Oh, no. 2. And he's going to get a triple. So LaFleur sends this one over the head of the center fielder, and he'll go sliding into third base, and we have a man on third. That is the tying run. So 2 triples in this game, folks. We are lighting up the scoreboard here. So the cool breeze come up. He got a walk back in the first. It is 3-2 Chicago. Tying run at third base. Absolutely nobody out. And let's see what the cool breeze is going to do. Now, if Canistrari was here, I would suicide squeeze him home just to make him mad, right? Because that's what I do. I like to make Mike mad. He doesn't like that. He's not a very adventurous guy. He plays very, very, very tight baseball. You got to loosen up a little bit. Loosen up, Mike. All right, the cool breeze comes up against Russell. Here we go. Oh, man, 33. Oh, but that's hit in the center field, right? Hit into right field. Coming over is the right fielder, who is Vale. Vale will make the catch, but tagging is LaFleur, and he'll come home easily. So that F9 will get the run home, and it's 3-3. And no, we're not going to extra innings. I'm telling you that right now. We'll have a scoreboard malfunction before we go to extra innings. I'm telling you that right now. Mike's not a lurker. As soon as I say bunt, he starts typing. I know he does. I can see someone typing in the comments. It's him. All right, so the bases are empty, 1 out, and we're tied at 3-3 here as we check out the new scoreboard. And Dawson, a 52, is a 27, and the 27 is ripped down to third base, and he is out on the G5. All righty. Gary Carter flew to center field. They call him the Kid. Here we go. Here is the Kid. 46. Oh, it's another 27. So this is down to third base as well. So back-to-back down to third, and that'll do it in the inning. So that's 1, 2, 3 outs in a row. But they'll get 1, and we're tied at 3 after 3. Okay. So now here we go. Down to the 4th inning. See how nice that works? There we go. You guys know exactly what's going on, except for people on base, which I try to tell you all the time. Valdera? I don't know who was a Valdera. Who's a Valdera? Oh, and Fosh, you like the logos on that? Yeah, just when I had him build it, I said, make sure you put some things on here so I can put my logos in. And so he did. I might have him do one more. I might see where we can do it to kind of modify some of this stuff here. But so far, I kind of like it. I'm getting used to it. And so now we have Vale coming up here in the 4th. Mike Vale will lead. Ooh, 46. Oh, 13. Strike him out. So Mike Vale goes down. We have 1 away. Yeah, we all like Carter. Even Carter and Stargate, we like Carter, right? The Happy Wonder chorus famously sung that. Okay, Valdera. Okay, that I didn't know. Must be French. 35, 13, struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts here. So Crazy Eyes Grimsley getting it done. What was the guy in the Spiders that was crazy? It was a Crazy Legs. There was a crazy guy, Crazy Doc. There was a guy in the Spiders that had a nickname like that. It was they called him Crazy something or other. All right, 2 away to Ontiveros. They call him Auntie. Let's go, Auntie. Not Auntie. A 13 is a 14, and ball 4. He'll take the Pantera walk. So we have a man on first here with 2 away, and that'll bring up Tim Blackwell. He is the catcher. He flied out to center field to end the 2nd. What do we got here? Oh, with 32, it's a 26. And it's going to be hit down to second base, and that will end the inning. So he ends 2 innings now. So nothing going here. And so we'll go to the bottom of the 4th here in Montreal. And Russell We'll come back up here, right? We'll call him Russell. And here we go. Bottom of the fourth. And it's going to be Cromartie coming up. Yes, yeah. I was just watching some Stargates clips. I've watched that whole series. I watched it as it happened, and I also went back a few years ago, actually. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was streaming on like Amazon or Pluto TV or something like that. And I watched all 10 seasons from episode 1, and a lot of things I didn't put together. When you watch it, sporadically versus all together, the story that it tells is pretty good. All right, Cromartie leads off here in the bottom of the fourth. 24-13, struck him out. Come on, Russell. I call him Ruschel. It's going to be hard to change that. There's a guy on the hockey team, and I've been calling him for like a year and a half by his wrong name. And I finally asked him how to say it, and it was very different than when I pronounce it. And I still, even though now I know how to pronounce it, I'm having trouble saying it correctly because I've been saying it incorrectly. I'm just used to it. So when I see his name and I'm thinking on the fly, it's like I got to think about saying his name correctly. And it's actually very difficult, The guy who plays Homer Simpson was the guest character. I did not know that. I did not know that the guy who played Homer was on there. They had a lot of hockey players on there because Richard Dean Anderson played hockey. So he had there was a blonde kid on there that played in one of the Slapshot movies. He was on there, and there was a couple other guys that you could tell that played in hockey movies were on Stargate. It was kind of interesting. And Wikipedia says Russell. All right, we'll go with Russell then. Unless that R-U is Ruschel. Like, again, it could be Rue, right? R-U-S-H could be Rue. You never know. Could be Ruschel. All right, let's go. We're going to have a good day at the office, I think. 46 is a 29, and nope. That's going to be a hit back to the mound, and it's always embarrassing. And so now we have 2 away, and coming to the plate with 2 out is Ken Maka. Maka. Oh, of course I dropped the dice when Maka comes up, right? And that's how it goes. All right, so Maka struck out in his first attempt. So he comes up against Russell. And yes, I'm just playing basic right now. AP, how do you access the Digital Dice Discord? You have to be a Patreon member or a YouTube member. That's one of the perks of being a member. Is that's how you would get in there, AP. So yes, I'm just playing basic right now. I want to get back to the master, but sometimes I just like to play easy, especially when I'm just testing a scoreboard or I'm testing something new here. So that's what I got going on. So, Maka, 2 outs, nobody on. What do we got for Maka? 13, and he will walk. So Maka, good eye, and Maka will get on to first base as a slow runner. So what we're gonna do with Maka is we're going to hold him up. Okay, so if there's anything that calls for a slow runner to be out, we're going to hold him up so he will not take the extra base because I don't want to embarrass Maka on Maka night. Chris Spire. I call him Spear, but I think it's Spire because they called him the Spy. So we're going to go Spy. That's what we're going to do. And a 51. Oh, it's a 9. A 9B chopped off the plate. Nobody can get there. Maka's going to be safe at second. So we're going to call that an infield single because he likes to mingle. And so now, the pitcher comes up, though. Oh, boy. Oh, this is where it's tough being in the National League. So you got first and second in the fourth in a tie game, 2 outs, and the pitcher comes up. So I think I think you just got to let him swing and hope for the bench, right? Here we go. All right, Grimsley, a 34. That's a 31. Hits it well into center field. Very deep. But coming over as a left fielder in the gap to make the catch. And that will end everything here. So they leave on a couple of dudes. And Grimsley will stay out here as he did the last time. And we'll go to the 5th. Just like that. And it is 3-3 still. 3-3. Gave it a poke. Yep, it's always interesting when they get hit. I always like it when they get something, some kind of a hit, or they move a runner over or something like that. Um, so here we go here. So top of the order, Randall will come up. Actually, they're both going to be. Oh no, I'm sorry, Russell. I'll get it. I'll get it. Let's just call him Big Daddy. So Big Daddy will lead off here in the fifth. So Big Daddy will come up. And we got a 25. It's a 21. And that'll be hit pretty good. Two hopper to first. And the flip from the first baseman is in the dirt. It's going to be an error. So Russell is on with an error here in the top of the fifth. So he nubbed it down the first base a little too nonchalant by the first baseman, Warren Cromartie, and the flip to Grimsley did not go well at all. And Russell is on with a nifty little error. So now we have Lenny Randall. Let's see if we can bunt him over, right? We're in the fifth. It's I was going to say a 1-goal game, right? 1-goal game. All right, here we go. So Randall's going to bunt. Is that the third error for the Expos? It is one. No, that's the second one. The other error was on second. Oh, hang on a sec. 2 errors on the Expos and 1. 1 on the Cubs is what it is. Okay. And here we go. Runner on first base, and here comes the bunt by Randall. 64 is a 13. 13. Half out of the 10th, bunted foul, strike 1. Oh boy. Come on, let's go. Let's move him over. Let's move him over. Ooh, a 22. That should be good. A 7. Okay, bunted to first base. Looks at second, but he's going to go to first base. So we'll get the sacrifice here, and Russell will get on to second base. So we're going to get a sack here by Randall. And so we have, I know I need to get some bones on the table. I played some APBA hockey the other night. That was fun. And I like to alternate between bones and APBA. That's what I like to do. All right, so we're in the top of the fifth. What we have is 1 on, 1 out. 1 on, 1 out. So let me get back to my runner on first base here. And this basic play is so nice. So nice. Let's see, a 62. Oh, no, De Jesus, swing and a miss, struck him out. So the man on second, oh, hang on a sec, that's still a strikeout, right? Man on second base, yeah, still going to be a strikeout. So now we get 2 outs, man on second, to go ahead run, and Bittner will come up, see if he can drive home the pitcher, right? See if he can drive home the pitcher. And a 42 is going to be a 41. And oh my gosh. Well, this is what it says. So Russell takes off for third. He's in there. The throw goes into left field, and the run will score. So the pitcher, again, that's one of the little quirks about APBA. So the pitcher takes off for third base. He's in there, and an error will score. So we got a stolen base and an error on the catcher, and Russell scores, and it's now 4-3 for the Cubs. And where is Marco Scola when you need him, right? Oh, man, that is nuts. That is nuts. Yep. What can you do, right? We just play the game. So it is 4-3 Chicago here in the bottom of the fifth. Bittner's still at the plate. So we have that was kind of cool. I like that it's built into the basic game. They can get stuff like that. I really do. I like that. So it's 2 outs, nobody on base right now. That's the third error. Yeah, so that would be, yeah, we have an error on the catcher, the second baseman. And just the 2 I'm seeing here. Second baseman, catcher. I got an error on, oh, that's the Cubs. I thought there was 2 too. Yeah, so we got No, so just that error in the third. This is the second error for the Expos, and there's one on the Cubs. I thought there was more than that too, but they kind of happened real quick. So yeah, I'm only seeing that error. Oh no, it's a second. No, you're right. You're right. That's a second one because yeah, that was the E1. So that was the flub. Oh, actually, it's an E3. It was on the first baseman. So the first baseman flubbed it, and now so there's two errors. So Russell gets on an error and scores on an error. That's exactly what happened here. You're exactly right. So that is three errors on the Spos. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. One on the first. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yep, you are correct. And Russell had three stolen bases. So how I look at this. Okay, so we talk this all the time about making it real, and we've done shows on that. What happens when it says the pitcher steals third base? Here's how I look at this. It doesn't happen all the time. So when you get an odd play like that, what I think is that maybe it was a pitch outside and it drew the catcher out, or there was a pitch in the dirt that he had to corral, and there was a delay, and the pitcher said, "I'm going to take off," because there was some kind of delay, and the catcher panicked and threw it in the left field. So you can create a story in your head about what happened on the play. It's kind of what I figure, So in the APBA game, does the pitcher pitching card come into play and impact the results after throwing your dice? Well, the only thing that impacts is the grade. The pitcher grade of D or B or A, B, C, or D does. In the advanced game or the master game, that's when this other thing comes into play. So that's his grade is a 2. And then the batter grades come into play as well down the bottom here. So that's what's really fun about the master game is that it's not just a D. He's a 2, and there's a lefty-righty split here. So the master game is really when you see that come into play. But for right now, he's a D, and I just look in column D on a handful of rolls, and that's kind of how APBA does it. So the run comes in. It is 4-3, and Bittner comes up after all that, Oh, yeah, there are modifiers, too. Like we have an R and a Z over here. Ruschel has a Y and a Z, so sometimes it'll say Y is a strikeout instead of something, or Z is a walk instead of something. So there are some modifiers in there that come into play, too. Yeah, you're exactly right, And Donut says, I love the fun stuff that can happen in baseball. Yep. And it's what is interesting about the APBA Basic, and I'm not just trying to be a shill for APBA. I don't get paid for this, for shilling for APBA. But even in the basic game, there's a handful of things like that keep it fun. Because there's no rare plays in the basic game. In the Master, there's rare plays. In the basic, there's not. But those things kind of appear in there from time to time. They make it kind of fun. So that's what I like about that. In other games, payoff pitch, season ticket, things like that, you have the rare plays. But there's still a couple baked in here. So it's kind of neat. All right, so we have nobody on, 2 outs, and Bittner still waiting for this pitch. And we get a 25. That'll be an 8 and an 8D, and that will be a single in the left. So Bittner singles because he likes to mingle. And that's the difference here. So on 25 is an 8. An 8 against a D pitcher and a C pitcher are singles. Against A's and B's, it's not a single, it's an out. So that's where the line is drawn. Now, again, if you're playing the Master Edition and you have the numbers down here, you fine-tune that a lot more, which is really, really sweet. All right, so Bittner is slow, but we're going to let him run. All right, you have to call that out when you're playing the basic game. You have to, because every now and then I say a slow runner is out trying to take the extra base. Well, if you say I'm not sending him, then he doesn't go. But in this case, I'm going to let him go with 2 outs and Kingman coming up. And Kingman, 1 for 2 today. All right, let's go. Let's go, Kong. Man on first for the Cubs. A 12. That's a 25. And it's going to be hit down to second base. And we're just going to call that a nice little out right there. So they'll get 1. And we go to the bottom of the 5th here in Montreal. And it's the Cubs taking themselves a 4-3 lead. All right, so there is that. And yeah, I think I like the logos here as well. I think having them on there I'm a logo guy. So I like this little thing here with the logo. So maybe this thing will kind of work out after all, Oh, no, here we got the food reference. You're going to make P-Jet mad. He doesn't like food references. He does not like food references. I do. and I even like food. We had Chinese food today. We went out. We've been going out way too much, but it's kind of like the end of my holiday break was today. So now I'm back to work. So we got to go back to saving some money. LaFleur, he's got a triple and scored. Remember that. Remember, he tripled. He's one of our 2 triples today. One of our triple winners. Oh, a 40. That's another weird one here. And that'll be fouled out of play. Strike 1. A lot of weird numbers here like that. 56-13. Struck him out. Took a big cut. And LaFleur goes down. We have 1 away. And now Rondy Scott and the Randolph kid come up here. And we're 1% of the way through 2026. That's interesting. I did not quite think of it that way, but okay. Actually, no, we're not quite that, right? 300 days. Maybe 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. You might be correct. Scott with a 51 is a 14, and he looks up here, and that'll be ball 4. So Scott will get on the first base. He is a fast runner. And again, in the master game, I could check for a steal, but in the basic game, it's all built in. So, look at you coming up with the numbers here, the 1% of 2026. And oh man, I love numbers, so I like reading that stuff there. You know, I like going on like sometimes on Facebook, they'll have these little math riddles on there, and I'll try to see if I can figure them out. Sometimes they're stupid because they're written a certain way to trip you up, but if they're like a straight math riddle, I like to try to figure those out. Dawson, all he's done is hit a home run today and then ground it out. And now we have a 46. That's going to be a 29. And so let's see here. He's a Y strikeout. So struck him out. That might have been something else, but that'll be a strikeout. So Dawson strikes out. So we have 2 away. I always liked Dawson too, Skullman. Always did. Gary Carter now, not doing too well. He's 0 for 2 today. So we have a man on first, 2 away. And Carter, 23 is a 12. That's an odd one. And that'll be down to third base. And he'll take it and throw it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So, nothing here in the 5th. So, we shall go to inning number 6. Look at that. Look at that scoreboard, huh? 0 for 3 with an E. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Carter's the one that threw that into left field on the pitcher. That's the go-ahead run. Yeah, you picked up on that. Big Daddy Rush. I keep calling him Ruschel. I might just call him Ruschel, you know. Dawson holds the record for the most bats thrown onto the field in protest. How many was that? You know? All right, Grimsley comes back onto the mound here as we go to the top of the 6th inning. And leading us off is Mike Vail. I don't know if he's related to Eric Vail of the Atlanta Flames. I don't know. And a 23. It's going to be a 12. That's another weird one. Hit right at first base. And the first baseman is Cromartie, and he will take it himself. So we're going to go with G3, and there's 1 away. Yeah, we need some Maka Mania here tonight. He has a walk, but you know the last time he did well too, and his team kind of stunk. You know, I think it was Eric Vail was the Atlanta Flames guy, right? This is Mike. I think it was Eric Vail. All right, Jerry Martin, the Mud. They call him Mr. Mud. 40, and that's going to be fouled out of play. And, a 33. That's going to be a 6D, and that's going to be smashed into left center field. That'll come off the wall, and Martin will end up at second base when all is said and done. And so, Ontiveros, he'll get a chance to put the team ahead here. Now, this is the 7th hitter. Then we have the 8th, and we have the pitcher. So we got to get something happening here before the pitcher comes up. Oh, boy. So here we go. And Corey comes by. Interesting scoreboard. Yeah, I just got this in. It's pretty big, but I think it's angled just right. And it's got all the information I want. Place of my logos and holds my team names. I kind of designed it with Victor. I said, Victor, can you take the scoreboard that you made and do this? He's like, yes, I can. So he did, and it arrived the other day, and that's what I'm playing with right now. All right, Ontiveros, man on second, 1 away. and a 25. Oh, it's going to be a 9D. Single in the left field. Uh-oh. The runner comes around trying to score. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. But he's a fast runner. And Martin will score. Slow is thrown out at the plate. So a single, because he likes to mingle, and Ontiveros will make it 5-3. Alrighty, so Grimsley getting hit up on that one here. And so now we have a runner at first base. And it's 5-3 for Chicago. Still just one away. And now we have Tim Blackwell. And we have a 26. That'll be 13. He strikes out. So that'll bring up the pitcher. That'll bring up Russell with a man on first base and 2 away. And remember, last time he got on base on an error and ended up scoring on an error. And RJL comes by. Yeah, you like this, Robert? This is this is a Victor Wendell custom special job that I had him do for me, so I could add the logos and the team names and have the dials. And yeah, this is he'll probably sell this if anybody's interested. I told him, I says, make me one. I said, you'll probably sell a couple like this because they're very interesting. Whereas you can put your own logos and whatever. So yeah, it was kind of neat. Yes, the nameplates are from my other scoreboard, and that's why I did that. I gave them the dimensions. I said they need to fit my names, and they need to fit my logos, and then I want the dials here, and I want down here I specified what I wanted, and he designed it for me. And so I'm just kind of testing it out. I played some basketball today with it. It works great for basketball because there's so many score changes in basketball. But I'm trying it out for baseball here tonight to see how it goes. So this is kind of a test. All right, so Russell comes up. Russell. You say Russell, I say Russell. So we got a man on first with 2 outs. And Russell, Big Daddy, 28 on the 41. And that's going to be slowly hit the first shortstop. Slowly hit the shortstop. And that will end the inning. But they do get the 1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th here in Montreal, and it is 5-3 Chicago. And coming up, Carter ended the inning, so it's going to be Cromartie coming up. The Crow guy. They call him the Crow. The Crow. All right, Cromartie comes up. He got on base on an error and struck out. So let's see what he does here. And Jeff comes. Jeff, good to see you, Jeff. I haven't seen you, but I saw some of your salutation videos over the holidays. We missed you, Jeff. We missed you. Hope things are okay with you. But you like the new scoreboard? Yeah, I do too. I even have another scoreboard coming in as part of our monthly giveaway. So I will. We have 2 giveaways coming up this month, and I'll announce what they are shortly. And a chance for any of our Patreons or our channel members, if you want to win, I'll tell you what they are. And if you say, hey, I'd like to be in the raffle for one or the other or both, we're going to do that. We're going to have another giveaway like we did at Christmas time. And pretty excited about some of these things. Pretty excited about this thing. And Jeff is back. Yes, Jeff is back. That's what we like to see. A clicker. Yeah, that's what I call it. It's a clicker. That's what it is, right? A clicker. Let's see here. Who's up here? Cromartie. Okay, so nobody out, leading off the inning. Ooh, Cromartie with a 22. That's going to be a 7B, and that's going to be hit in the right field, a single, because he likes to bingle. So Cromartie is on. He is not fast nor slow, so he'll be okay. So now we got Office coming up here. Let's see. Yeah, good to have some APBA Baseball here on the channel, right? And here we go. Man on first, nobody outs, down by 2. We got to swing away. We got to start swinging. And a 43 is a 29, and that's going to be Y strikeout. Struck him out because he had the modifier. So Office takes a big cut, but he whiffs. And now guess who's coming? Maka Mania. All right, Ken struck out and walked, so let's see what he can do with a man on first base. Maka. What do we got here? Oh! It's Maca Madness. I need a drink. Hang on. How about that? Right? Just you saw it. A legit roll. It's a Maca miracle. All right. So another set of doubles, and this game is. If it's not tied, he's going to knock a run in. All right. What can Maca do on the second roll? Maca, a 23 is a 6. And that's going to be a double. And a fast runner scores. Cromartie's not. Oh, wait. Yeah, Cromartie's not fast. So it's going to be second and third. Double in the right field. And so it's going to be second and third. Oh, I didn't score the run, though. Maca with a double. And the crowd is going crazy. Maca Mania has taken over Montreal. So it's Chris Spire. It's the bottom of the lineup coming up here. Then it's the pitcher. So we got to start thinking about pinch hitters and things like that. So, let's go Spire. Maca's just a single away from the Maca cycle. You're right. It's what's it, a walk? Was it a walk? A strikeout and a single? I forget what the Maca cycle was. It was something like that. It was like a single, a walk, and a double or something like that. Go to the mound and settle Rochelle. All right, we're going to go. We're going to take a walk. Here we go. All right, we're going to come out to the mound. I'm going to settle him down. How you doing? Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, settle down. It's I know Maca hit a double, but, okay, so there we go. All righty, who's on the bench for the Expos? I don't know. I got to take a look. I got to see who they hit here in real life. So if I go to this game, let me see. Tom Hutton, E.F. Hutton, he pinch hit. And he's the only guy that pinch hit. Everybody else stayed in. So Grimsley come out for the pitcher. It was Bonson, Sosa, then Hutton pinch hit. And this was actually a 5-2 Cubs win. Look at this. It's 5-3 right now. Boy, this is pretty close. So what do we want to do here? So probably nothing right now, right? So on the bench, I don't know who's on the bench. Again, I don't have. I just have the list of. I have my cards here, but I don't know who was on the bench that could actually play. Not that it matters here. This is just a one-off, And Robert, yes, his 1980 season begins tomorrow night with the inside pitch advance. I'm interested to see that advanced mode of that game. I've heard some people say some good things about it. So he's playing 80. I wonder if Maca will make an appearance on Robert's channel. That's what we wonder. Starting tomorrow night, will we have Maca Mania on Robert's channel? He didn't play a lot of games, though. That's the thing. All right, so Spire comes up. Second and third, one away. This is probably the biggest batter of the day. Reigns. Do I want to take a look here? Let's take a look at Montreal. So, I don't know who was in that day. So we have Reigns, but he's then I would have to find a shortstop. I'd have to bring in like Bernazard for a short. Although he wouldn't be terrible at short. What do I want to do here? Reigns is not his card is not that good for a hitter. So who pinch hit? Who would I say pinch hit? Hutton pitch hit. If I have a Hutton here. I don't even have a Hutton here. So he must be on another team. Yeah. I'm not gonna go dig out another guy. I'll just swing away with Spire. All right, Spire, let's go. Maca set this up for you. Maca set this up for Spire. Yeah, with 32 is a 26. And takes the sure out at first. And that'll get a run home. So, and I didn't say I was playing deep. I screwed that up. So everyone advances as the hit goes to second base. So Spire makes it 5-4. So now we have got the pitcher coming up, and I think it's time to take him out. So we got a runner at third. And there's 2 away, and the pitcher coming up, and he's a D pitcher. So I think Grimsley's going to come out. All right, Grim, you did your job, Grims, but we're going to send you back to Cleveland. Again, he's on Cleveland. So he's going back to Cleveland. We'll see you. Thanks for playing. And who we going to? So now we need to bring in a pinch hitter here. So Grimsley went, he just went 6. He went 6. Okay. He went 6, Let's see here. Who do we want to hit? Valentine, Tamargo. No, we don't want to waste our catcher here. Oh, we have another catcher. We got Parrish. Right? We're going to have Parrish come in and hit. All righty. So Larry Parrish coming in to hit in the 9th spot. We got a runner on third base. That is a tying run in a 5-4 game. All right, Russell, trying to get out of this jam. Larry Parrish, a 25. Oh, that'll be an 8, but an 8B into right field. And hit it well, hit it long, hit it well. But that goes in the right field, and that'll end the inning. They do get 1. And after 6, it is 5-4. So now we need to, so let me make my notes. Parrish pinch hit in the 6th for Montreal. Okay, so he is out of the game. So now, who was the pitcher that they brought in? I think it was like Bonson. That's who it was. Bonson. So Bonson will come in. He's our first relief pitcher here. So let's see if we can get Bonson out here. Do I have a Bonson? Oh, there's Hutton. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. Look, he plays first and out, and he's a pitcher. Wow, what is up with this guy? Look at that guy. Right? So he's like total utility guy. He pitches. Oh, I did have a Hutton. I didn't know I had E.F. Hutton. And he's a pitcher. Son of a gun. How about that? So do I have Bonson in here? Yeah, Bonson. Okay. Sorry. So Bonson will come in, and he'll be our pitcher here. And so we have Bonson. So let me see. I'm just making my notes here just for myself. Bonson will start the 7th. Okay. And Russell's still on the mound as we go to the 7th now. There we go. So Bonson comes in, top of the 7th. Let's see what we can get going on here. And let's go. Oh, I missed on some of the comments here. Sorry about that. No wonder why I didn't see anything here. Okay. Oh, so Tom pitched 1 inning in a. Okay, but he was carded though. That's kind of interesting that they would give him at least some kind of a pitcher range. And he was an emergency pitcher. Okay, I just saw these comments here. They were kind of hidden on me. So, well, that's why you guys are here. You guys are the baseball guys, right? I'm just a pretty face. You guys are the knowledge guys. All right, so Bonson will pitch to the leadoff hitter, Lenny Randall. There we go. Well, Lenny Randall, a 32. That's going to be a 26. And the 26 is going to be a bounding ball. I like that. A bounding ball to second base. And I like these radio boards that I get here. I always have. That's the one that Tebow sent me. And I just got used to them. And so I like the new ones. Obviously, when you're playing advanced or master, you can't use this book. But for basic, I love it. I do. Let's see here. DeJesus comes on. And what has he done today? He singled and tripled and struck out. Another 32. That's another 26. And that's another bounding ball. So we have 2 bounding balls, both going down to Rodney Scott at second base. All righty. So Stan doing pretty good here. Now he's going to go against Bittner. And Bittner with 2 eyes. That's kind of interesting. I just noticed that. Bittner with 2 eyes. I thought that was like butter. Right? It doesn't kind of look like butter or Butner. All right. He's done. He has a single today. He has a single. Ooh, a 55 is an 8 off of B. And that's going to be hit into center field, though. And we know that a B8 is an out. And that'll do it in the top of the 7th. So, absolutely nothing going on for the Cubs as Bonson buckles down in his first inning of relief. And so we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Ron LaFleur will come up. And he'll lead off here as the Expos try to get the comeback here. They led 2-1 after 1, and then have been trailing ever since. 15, that's interesting. That's going to be an 11B. And that's going to be a single, and he will steal. So LaFleur with a single, and then a stolen base. So now it gets interesting. So the cool breeze comes up, and he's going to try to bunt him to third base. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. We're going to try to slide him over to third. Here we go. A 23 is a 12. Bunted hard to third. No, hang on a sec. 23 is a 12. Bunted and missed again. The count is 0-2. Ooh, so we're going to have to swing away here at 0-2 with a runner on second. Oh boy, the cool breeze in some trouble here. The cool breeze, a 41, 28, not liking that. Grounded a short, runner holds. So Rodney Scott fails on the bunt, fails on the hit, and it brings up Andre Dawson, who homered back in the first inning, and that gave the Expos their only lead of the game, 2-1. That was somewhat short-lived. All right, so let's see. Let's see if the Hawk can hit another one out here. And, oh, look at this. He gets a hold of this one. Dawson sending this one. 35 is a 2. And that'll be, oh, man, that's our third triple of the game. The game is tied as Dawson hits the triple. And look at this. It's 5-5. Just what we wanted, a tie game. Oh, so a triple. That's our third triple of the game. We had that's a second triple. So LaFleur tripled, and now Dawson. He's got a home run and a triple, but it's late in the game. It's in the 7th. I don't know if he's going to get up 2 more times. So it's a tie ball game, and the stadium does cheer here in Montreal. I don't know what the cheer is in French, but it's like, the Gardien debout, right? All right, here we go. Now, Gary Carter. Now, do I pinch hit for Carter? He's done nothing today. Gary Carter's done nothing. A fly out and a couple of ground outs. And Dawson's fast, so he needs to get into the outfield. So, we got to play in, right? We're playing in. We have to call playing in. We got a runner at third with 1 out. So we need to call playing in, right? We need to do playing in. I won ties in baseline basketball. I can't wait for my first tie. Although the teams are pretty bad. So, I mean, no, we're not going to go 18 innings tonight. No, I will tell you that right now. I will put ghost runners on every base. I'll put 4 runners on base, okay? I'll go to 6 outs an inning if I have to. All right, let's let Carter hit. We're going to let Carter hit. Here we go. Can he get it done? The go-ahead run on third base. Gary Carter, a 41, is a 28. All right, so we're playing in. So here's the in. Base hit just past the shortstop. And Carter will score the run and go to first base. So we played in. It didn't work. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will be a Montreal lead. They lead this one 6-5. Oh, man. All right. So that is that. And so Carter finally comes through. I knew it. I knew it all along. Yeah, Carter was due. What are you guys thinking about taking him out, Oh, the golden batter. You remember that? I remember I did that one game. And think about it, though. And I know people crapped all over that idea. But if we're in the playoffs or we're late in the season and the Yankees were in Boston and you had a chance to bring up Big Poppy for the second time in an inning, you tell me that wouldn't bring the house down. You get bases loaded and Poppy's on the bench. He's already hit that inning, or maybe he's not due up for a couple of batters, and you put Poppy in with the bases loaded against the Yankees at Fenway Park. You telling me that wouldn't draw fans? I'm telling you. You got to start thinking like that. These younger kids playing fantasy games, they want to see that stuff. Cromartie, runner on first. It is now 6-5. There's only one away, so double play depth. Double play depth. A 16 is a 28. And, oh, wait, hang on a sec. We got a runner on first here. So a 28 is going to be hit to shortstop. The only play is to first. So Carter scoots down to second, and that'll be a G6, not an E6. That'll be a G6. And so we have 2 away and a runner on second right now. So it's going to be the man at the office here. We're going to spend some time at the office. Going to stay late at the office. There comes the Greyhound. So we have 2 outs and a man on second base. Here we go. And a 34-31, he hits this, skies this in the center field, and that will end the inning here. But they get 2. And they will take the lead 6-5 as we go to the 8th inning. All righty, so Bonson will come back out. Rushell, it might be time to take Rushell out. So he's given up 6, but it's not been enough to fatigue him according to the APBA rules. So, but we'll probably still take him out when the time comes. So Kingman will lead us off here. He's got a single in this game. Let's see if he can keep this going. And we have a 26, and that'll be a 24. And a 24 is going to be, that's a new one here tonight, down the short. And coming up with that is going to be Spire, and we have 1 away. So 1 away here in the 8th. Mike Vail. He's hit into a double play, struck out, and grounded out. He's been pretty useless. So, yeah, I might hit for him. I might hit for Vail. Who did the Cubs bring in that game? So the Cubs did not hit for Vail. They hit for Kingman. They had Figueroa come in. So Figueroa, he pinch ran. He didn't pinch hit. Let me take a look at Figueroa. We could do Thompson. He's got the same identical card pretty much. No, we're going to bring in Thompson. All right, so Vail comes out. Thompson will come in and hit for Vail. Again, you go 0 for 3, and you're kind of on the wrong list. You go back into the envelope. Right? You go back into the envelope. So that's what we're going to do. So Vail comes out, and Thompson will come in. And he'll be a offense too. So Thompson will come in here in the 8th. And he will be the hitter now and the fielder. So let's see what Thompson can do with 1 away. Going back to Vail, Colorado, right? 64, 30, and he struck out. So they bring him in off the bench because the other guy kind of sucked, and he strikes out just like that. So it's going to be the center fielder, Martin. He's got a double in this game. Not the envelope. Yeah, we're going back into the envelope, Oh, look at this. Martin with a 5B, and that's going to be a hit into right field, trying for 2, and he's in there with a double for his trouble. So the second double of the day, the second daily double for Jerry Martin. So the tying runners at second base for Ontiveros. And Ontiveros, actually, they got rid of him and brought in Mike Kelleher. Who's got a worse batting average, but what is Ontiveros has got a single. All right, so we're not going to count him out just yet. All right, we're going to let him hit. All righty, we don't want to take out everybody here. So Ontiveros with a tying run at second in the eighth. You know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen. So let me get my correct page out here. Bonson to Ontiveros. 26 is a 27. Ooh, might have got out of this one. Down to second base. And that will end the inning. Oh, no, G5. 27. Nothing really matters. G5. And that'll be the inning. So 1, 2, 3 outs. Yep, 3 outs. All righty. So Ontiveros can't get it done. Oh, wait. That's second. Hang on a sec. 27. I still think it's an out. Yeah, ground out to third. Yep, so that is that. Okay. So we go to the bottom of the eighth. And guess who's coming to the plate? Ken Maka. Maka struck out, walked, and doubled. He will lead off here in the bottom of the eighth. And are they going to go Russell or not? I think they will go Russell only because they have he's hitting second in the ninth. So then we can take him out. So Russell will come back in. I know he's given up 6, but we're gonna. Well, what do they do in the reels? What did they do? Russell went the whole game. So, and he only gave up 2 runs though, and he only gave up 6 hits. Well, I don't know who the Cubs relief is. I might bring in a relief guy. Cottle or Tidrow. Sutter's a closer, so I want Cottle or Tidrow. So we'll go Cottle. All right, so Cottle will come in. Oh, he's an A too. He's pretty good. All right, so Ruschel goes 7, and Cottle comes in. All right, so let's see Cottle doodle-doo what he can do here. So he's an A asterisk. So I don't know what the asterisk means. Sumrose, what does the asterisk mean? I don't remember what that means. I don't want to look it up either. So I know he's an A pitcher for relief. That's what that means, correct? I think. So he's a grade C, normally A relief. That asterisk means something, though, and I don't know what that means. But anyway, we're going to play on. So Mark is going to have to face Cottle here. And let's see what Wild Bill can do against the machine that is Mark. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Folks, you just can't make this stuff up. I mean, just so you can see, look at these dice, right? They are regular dice. They're not all 6s. They're not all 6s. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Mark has rolled 66 again, leading off the 8th. Ken Maka. Oh, hang on. I got the chat scrolling down here. Maka Mania is running wild. Yep. Asterisk means relief pitcher here. Okay, so that's all it means. Maka is hot. What's he going to do here? He's got a double. Now, if he hits a single, that's the Maka cycle, right? Oh, look at that. Back-to-back 66. It's a home run for Maka. He's got a double. He's got a home run. He's got a walk. And oh, my gosh. Touch them all, Ken. You've earned it. Look at that. Bonus run here. Maka with a home run off of Cottle in relief. And he's an A pitcher. Kaboom. And that's why we play these games, folks, right? To see Ken Maka go deep. Double. Look at all the 66s. Look at all this. They are loaded, Dave. They are loaded. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's what they are. And I'm shaking them in here. This is a legit shaker here, okay? I have my little modifications to make it even quieter. Yeah, what can you do? Ken Maka touches them all, and he's mobbed in the dugout. It is 7-5. Maka had only one career dinger. Well, he's got one here today. It is a home run, right? 66 and 66. Yeah, it's a 0 and a 1. That's a home run in my book. And Maka Mania is running wild here as he leads off the 8 with a home run, and Cottle can't believe it. And Ruschel says, I could have done that. Oh, boy. 216-1 odds. 2 straight boxcar rolls. And remember, the last at bat, he had boxcars too, right? So it's just, I must have my finger on the scale here. All righty. So Spire will come in. And he gets a 44. And that's a 7A. And that'll be a blooper for a single because he likes to mingle. And Cottle comes in and he's shaking his head saying, I'm an A pitcher. Oh, so now we have Bonson coming up. So I think what we'll do is we're going to pinch hit for Bonson. So Bonson's going to come out. So thank you very much for playing. So Bonson went 1 inning or 2. Did he go 2? Grimsley went 6. Bonson went 2. Okay, so here we go. Key to the city. So so Parrish already hit. Pate, Ramos, Bernasat. I think I'm going to have Key Largo. Do we want Key Largo to hit? Valentin. Brad Mills. Well, he had a 300 batting average. Only had 60 at bats. We talked about Raines earlier. Montanez, Manuel. Oh, he was terrible. Tim Wallach and White. Let's see here. I'm gonna let Valentin hit. So Bubba Valentin will come in to hit. I don't know if he's available, but again, this is just a fun game here. So Valentin will come in. So Valentine in the 8th for Montreal will pinch hit for the pitcher. All righty. So we have a runner on first base. 1 run in on the Marco home run. And here we go. Oh, it's a 22. That's a 6. And that'll be a double in the right field. And Spire will stop at third. Holy cow. Boy, Cottle comes in. He's got a home run, a single, and a double now. And you got to wonder what's going to happen here. Oh, boy. I think we're going to take him out. I know he's an A, but Cottle is coming out. He just can't get it done. So he goes 0 innings, right? So Cottle goes 0 innings. He didn't even get an out. And so who's the other guy here? So who's next? Who's coming up? So we're going to try Tidrow or Hernandez. So let's bring in Tidrow or Hernandez. Here's Tidrow. So Tidrow will come in, and let's see what he can do here. So Cottle comes in, and he gets Ricochet rabbited out of here. So now we have second and third with nobody out, and Tidrow comes in an impossible situation, just trying to get out of this inning here. So, I mean, do I put this guy on and then hit the Scott? I mean, LaFleur is 2 for 3. Scott's 0 for 4. Do I go bases loaded and play in? I think I might. I think I'm going to walk him and load the bases so I can get a force here. So I'm going to load the bases. And again, this is just how Dave does it. So now I'm going to play in so I can get at least 1 run out. So I don't want to get on by any more than that. So Cool Breeze comes up with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 Montreal. Tidrow trying to get it done. Yeah, Calder's getting crazy here. And so we're going to be playing in. A 32 is a 26 in. Oh, no. That's going to be a hit past the second baseman. 2 runs will score and runners at the corners. So Spire scores. Valentin scores. LaFleur to third on the single, and this is just getting out of hand. So 2 more runs come in. So the scoreboard, we might have the double digits here in this game. It is 9-5. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is 9-5, and we have runners at the corners, and there's still absolutely nobody out. And Andre Dawson coming up. Oh, man, And Jeff says he was a pinch hitter when he was 8. I think we're all were pinch hitters when we were 8. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Dawson. He's got a home run and a triple. Here we go. 51. That's an 8B. And oh man, RBI in the right field. Slow on first, out at third. No, I got a fast. This is going to be a single, and the run will score. Wait, what do we got here? First and yep. So LaFleur scores. Scott moves over. Dawson the first, and we got first and third again. And there's absolutely nobody out, and it's now 10. And we get to see how the 10s look here. What do you think? Pretty good. 10-5, and the scoreboard is getting more use than I did in the game earlier. What was that? A football game? I did a basketball game. So yeah, Dawson is a homer, a triple, and a single. I don't think he's going to get back up. We're in the 8th now. All right, so Carter's got a single. He knocked home a run last inning. Still nobody out. First and third, nobody out. Can we just get somebody out? We're not going to play in anymore. We just need to get some damn outs. A 25 is an 8B. RBI in the right field. And first and third, another run comes in. And it's now 11. And it just continues. Oh, Cromartie comes up. Still nobody out here in the 8th. This is nuts. I've never had an 8th inning like this in my life. This is unbelievable. I might need another ginger ale as I get to share this crazy game with you guys. Well, we wanted to test out the scoreboard, right? And we're testing it out, right? We are testing this out for sure. Oh, boy. Scott's bailing out. He's going to turn into the weather on Channel 2. Oh, man. The hits keep on coming. Yep. This is a runaway. I don't know what French is for runaway, but it's a runaway. Cromartie comes up. First and third. Can we get some? Oh, my gosh. A 0 from Cromartie. Are you kidding me? And the 36 is going to be a 6. And it's going to be in the center field, off the wall. It's a double. And everybody scores. 2 more runs, and it's 13-5. And no, this is not fast drive football. And Roland Office is the 9th man to bat in the inning, and we still don't have anybody out at all. Now, granted, I played in on a play, and yeah, that kind of messed it up, but Oh, man. We're going to tune into Dan Rowan for the recap here. But they're still playing the 8th inning in Montreal, so we'll get back to you with the recap. Wowzers. I wanted to go watch some of that football game here. No, this is worse. This is worse than extra innings. It just doesn't end. Right? We have look at this 8th inning. All right, let me just show you. Who needs extra innings? Home run, single, double, walk, single, double. That's my 8th inning. Okay? Office coming up. He's the only guy to come up. So Maka will hit again. And it's looking good that Dawson will hit again, unless we get 3 in a row. Roland Office. A 36 is a 40. Oh, my gosh. Ball 4. Oh, man. So we continue on, and guess who comes up with first and second? The man who led off the inning with a home run, Ken Maka. If I roll another 66, let me get a good shake. If I roll another 66 for Maka, I tell you, this is unbelievable. So Maka comes up. He's got a walk, a double, and a home run, and also he started the day with a strikeout. It's almost a 26. So that's a 24, and that'll be a 6-4-3 double play. So he hits into a double play. And so we have 2 outs, and Cromartie goes to third. It's all right, Ken. They're still going to give him a standing ovation. He moves the runner over, so we got a runner on third with 2 outs for Spire. Spire singled his last time at bat early in the inning. A 21. It's a 26. And that's going to be a grounder to short, and that'll end the inning. So they get a couple of outs here in a row. But how many did they get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs in this inning, right? And it's 13-5 as we go to the 9th. And we need a pitcher. We need a pitcher, not a belly itcher. So we need someone to come in. Someone to come in for the Expos. Let's see who they're going to bring in. Who did they bring in? Fred Norman. Do I have a Fred Norman? Is Norman? There it is. There's Fred Norman. All righty. So Norman will come in. Hopefully he's not a psycho. And let's do this here. 13-5, the Alouettes. Yeah, it could be the Alouettes. All right, so we go to the 9th. 13-5. And Norman will come in to try to nail this down. All righty, so if this goes extra innings, I don't know, man. And Forrest, you missed all the fun. Forrest missed all the fun, yeah. And Jeff says it's got you wanting to play app. I know, right? When we watch people play games, it gets us all excited to play. That's what I know. I always do that. Oh, boy, hang on a sec. We got an 8 against a D, and that'll be a single. So we lead off Blackwell with a single. And that's going to bring up the pitcher. So Tidrow will have to come out. Sorry there, Dirt, but you're coming out. And who's going to pinch hit for the Cubs here? Did anybody pitch hit for the Cubs there? Figueroa. Oh, pinch ran. Mike Kelleher. Yeah, let's see what we're going to bring in here. Oh, Kelleher. We got any fast runners here? Figueroa. He's not a very good hitter, though. Actually, he's not too bad. All right, we'll bring in Figueroa. Let's bring in Fig. All right, Fig will come in with a runner on first base. And so Fig will come in the 9th for the Cubs. How about that? Make my little notes here. Here we go. All right, Anthony Figueroa against Norman. A 14 is a 30, and that's going to be, well, the man on first. That's going to be hitting the outfield. Skied in the left field. So 1 away, and the pinch hitter strikes out, so he is done. So now we got Randall coming up. 1 away, man on first. Double play ends this crazy game. 21. That's another 26. And it's going to be hit down to second base. They'll get 1, and that's it. So they'll get the fielder's choice. So Randall will go to first on the fielder's choice, and Blackwell is out at second. So he's have a runner at first. Now there's 2 away, and Norman is 1 batter away from ending this 13-5 craziness. Here we go. 52 is a 27, and that'll be hit down to third base, and that will end this one right here. So that is our final. It is Montreal 13 and your Chicago Cubs 5. Wow, that was a nutty game. I might have to save the score sheet. That was just nuts. And our star of the game is Ken Maka. Is there any doubt that Ken Maka is our star of the game? That was nuts. Look at that, an hour and a half to play a game of APBA Baseball. Hour and a half to play a game of APBA Baseball. Why? Because we had 18 freaking runs, 7 runs in the 8th inning in a blowout win. It was 6-5 in the 9th. Was it 6-5? It was 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th, and they got 7 runs. And that was that. So what do you think of a scoreboard here? I think it's kind of neat, right? That's the size of it. All angled up over here. Oh, my names fell out. I'm going to need to take them out. But again, it's got the home and the guest kind of sitting right there if you want it. And, yeah. So that is that. So Maka coming through on the channel again. You guys can say what you want about Maka, but he comes through here on the channel all the time for us, doesn't he? Yep, and that was APBA Basic too. Yeah, that was a long game because it just had so many runs. That's how it goes. But anyway, All righty. I'm Dave. Hope you guys will enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it. Hope your football team did well. And I'm going to go watch that Steelers-Ravens game and just kind of chill out with a cup of decaf coffee. And yeah, this is fun. But again, I'm liking this. I really like this. The scoreboard here. I can put my logos in and my team names, and it's everything I wanted to do. And I'm pretty happy with that. So Victor did a great job. Great job by Victor. Thank you so much, Victor. So that'll be that. You guys have a good night and keep on mockering on. Do the Macarena. I'm Dave. Bye-bye.